Check, check. Okay, there we go. Check, check. Okay, I can hear. See if I can get you on the broadcast here. There we go. Now I can see it showing up on the audio. And I just want to make sure that we are all here and it is being broadcast. Yep, video is on, and now we just need to check on the sound. We're here at the hotspot, and just double checking that all of the equipment is working. I do have some feedback. I wonder where that is coming from.
How are y'all? It's been a week. I need this.
Definitely, we can try that. I think it's working okay, but we can definitely use that. Let me hook that up.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry to hear that. So are they ever going to bring it?
Well, supposedly it's getting here next week because they were like, well, we can bring it. We have a huge volleyball budget, right? We keep using it. That was the whole point of getting it before,
Right.
supposedly next week. But I'm
Hitting it up because it looks like we're hooked up to the Verizon one. Let's try that one again. Sorry.
This one?
So we're just checking all the connections to see if it'll go through, see if we can hear and see it.
that's not true. And I censored all the bylaws.
Yeah, we were on. That's okay. We're just making sure we can hear everything. Let me. Got it? Okay. Let me. Check, check, check. Let's see my backpack. Great, thank you.
We got the delay, but it's working.
Okay, so we got video and audio?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Chuck, we're good to go. We're streaming, we are going. So.
At the end, or like halfway through maybe, I want to do like 6 raffle prizes real quick, and at the end, I want to do the rest.
That'll work. Okay. Give me just say, hey, let's do the raffle, and I'll stop right away. Okay.
Thank you, Chuck.
Well, welcome to the Leander Lions Football Booster Club Coaches Show. We were going through the technical aspects and the video aspects, so we were just making sure that we were here and everyone can hear us and can see us. And it looks like everything is okay on the video. And can you hear us on the speaker? Okay, do I need to turn that up or is it good? Can anybody hear the speaker? Can we hear the speaker? Okay, let me work on that. Make sure I can. Can you hear us okay? Nothing? I'm trying to turn it up. Okay, let me work on the speaker here, make sure we. Can you hear us okay? Is that good now? Okay, great. So my name is Mark Sickles, and joining me tonight is Martin Cano, and we are here for the Leander Lions Football Booster Club Coaches Show, the first one of the year. We're here at the Hot Spot. I want to thank the Hot Spot for allowing us to come out here tonight. It is a great venue. If you have not been here, it is at New Hope in 183A. They have great food, they have Sunday brunches, and they also have great live music out here. And for those of you that may have been out here earlier, we had a former Leander Lion play up here at the Hot Spot, Alex Hensley, and he did a great job. So he is up in Oregon playing football right now, so a former Leander Lion here at the Hot Spot playing music. We're here for the first game of the season, Glenn High School this Friday, August 27th at Bible Stadium. So I want to welcome everyone. I also want to thank Lisa Ortiz, wherever Lisa is, for getting this organized and getting us all out here at the Hot Spot. Joining us tonight, we'll have a couple coaches. We'll maybe pull their names and surprise them. But the first coach that we have is head coach Chris Price. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys very much.
Great to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you, Coach.
Absolutely.
So we have the first game this Friday night.
Yes, sir.
We have Glenn High School, but let's go back a little bit. Let's go to the off-season. How did the off-season go this summer?
I thought the off-season went really well, starting back in the spring, transitioning with spring ball and getting those guys back on the field. Last year's football season was a little bit different with all of the COVID protocols that we were dealing with. So once we got back kind of for spring ball, we were able to do something that looked pretty normal. The restrictions were a little bit less, and then transition from that to the summer. We had a lot of kids attend our summer strength conditioning camp and able to participate in the skills and drills sections that we have there. So we got to teach a lot of football this summer, as well as play a lot of 7-on-7 and work in the weight room.
So was it any different this summer compared to last summer with COVID? Any of the restrictions lifted? Was it a little bit easier, a little bit harder? Any difference?
It was definitely easier this summer. There wasn't the number of restrictions that we had the year before, so it was a lot easier. The good thing was participation numbers held very high for us. A lot of kids that really came out for the first time in the previous year returned again, and I'm thinking about our middle schoolers as well. I mean, we just had a good group of kids out with us at the summer strength conditioning camp and then also at our football camps.
So you talk about some new faces and some new players, and every year in high school, just like in college, you have the seniors leaving, moving on. You have juniors moving up to seniors. You have sophomores moving up, freshmen moving in. So what are some of the biggest positions that you have to fill with some of the seniors that left from last year?
Yeah, we lost a bunch of really good seniors last year, and all of them played a big role in kind of moving us forward, and so that's a tough group to fill. We lost some key offensive linemen, which we all know your offensive line has to be stronger if you're going to be successful. So we lost a couple of really important pieces there with both of our tackles. We lost our quarterback, Garrett, went on to, he's actually going to play college baseball, and so that's another big piece that we have to fill. Defensively, we lost our Mike linebacker, Dyron, who's also going on to play college baseball. And so we had pieces and had pieces on both sides of the ball that we're going to have some new faces in And we're really excited about that because we feel like we have talented kids stepping up in all of those spots.
Well, good. Now, what are some of the areas where you have some returning starters?
Our receiving core is probably receiving core in our defensive backfield of the two spots where we had returning starters that played a lot of minutes. This group is a little bit different because a lot of these kids have been up and playing on varsity since they were sophomores, so this is kind of a big senior year for them because they've done it a couple of seasons. So at those two spots, receiver and defensive back, we have some of those sophomore or guys that came up as sophomores that are now going to be seniors, so we're excited about those guys.
Oh, great. And Martin, your son is out here now joining us
He
on the
is.
football field, so how excited are you?
I'm very excited. I hope he's as excited as I am.
Yes, he is. And he's done a great job. We're glad that he's out with us.
And so Martin and I were both out at the scrimmage at Marble Falls, and I don't know if you noticed, we may have talked about it, but it seemed like there are a lot more kids out there.
A lot more kids. Seems like you have really good participation.
Yeah, participation is picking up. That's been a big focus for the coaching staff here over the last couple of years to get more kids out and get them involved. You know, your son now joining us, probably played as a freshman. I don't know, but hasn't been out in a couple of years. We've got a couple of kids that have been in the baseball program and haven't played in a couple of years, so we're getting those kids to come back, which is exciting for us. Our freshman numbers have been pretty good the last couple of years as well. So, you know, our big focus is to just try to make sure we don't lose kids between their 9th grade and 10th grade year, keep them out during that transition period. So it's worked out well for us at this point.
And so not only with Braden, but with some of the freshmen that are coming in or some of the new people that are joining after a year, maybe sitting out, or especially the kids that are coming up from middle school, what do you tell them as coaches? I mean, what are you expecting out of them to do? What are you wanting them to be on the field, off the field? What do you tell these young players?
Well, we actually have a lot of good help from the players that are in the program when they get there. You know, we have a great group of guys that embrace some of our athletes that are new to the program and really kind of show them the ropes on how things should be run in the program. I think she's saying we lost. Can you hear me? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and so our kids help us out quite a bit. As far as the coaching staff, you know, they do a great job of teaching them off the field and getting them prepared with the chalk work in the video room and all of those things. So there's a lot of assistance for anybody that hasn't played in a while and is going to rejoin the program.
So we talked about some of the new year with some of the kids. What about some of the coaches that have now joined the staff?
Yeah.
On the JV level, the freshman level, varsity level. Tell us about some of these new coaches.
Yeah, Coach Bailey is introducing one himself, I guess, right there. That's Coach Aaron Katz is new to us from Austin Northeast High School. He was the offensive coordinator there. He's actually going to be coaching our running backs this year. We also have Coach Rios, who is joining us from Comfort High School. He was the head baseball coach at Comfort. He's been a defensive coordinator at Bandera High School and a couple of other spots down in the San Antonio area. So we're definitely excited to have those two join us. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Coach Spencer, there he is. He's hard to remember as a new guy because he's been with us at RBMS for a long time. And so he's actually going to be on the high school staff this year and coaching our wide receivers. So those are the new guys that are on staff with us.
Nice staff. That's a good staff.
We appreciate that.
So what's the pulse of the team this year? I mean, we're heading into the first week. We just had a scrimmage. So what's the pulse of the team?
A lot of confidence coming from the guys in the program right now. I think, you know, we were able to get a couple of wins last year, and we played a lot of close games. You know, obviously we want to get over that hump and turn those close losses into wins, but because of some of the situations we were able to overcome last year, there's a lot of confidence in themselves right now. They're really excited about this year, which is making everybody, I think, around us excited. You know, we're hearing a lot of talk about these young men, you know, in the classroom and with teachers and administrators. They're all excited about what they're going to do. So it's a really positive kind of pulse in the program right now.
So what about your son? How is he talking about football?
He's excited. He's very excited. And glad to be able to participate, hopefully contribute, but very excited, gets lots of encouragement, feels good about everything. So all very positive.
Good.
So let's talk offense. I don't want to get into some of the specifics of what exactly you're doing or some of the plays or some of the schemes that you're doing, but tell us about the offense. How is it developing? Are you happy with it right now? What are you working on? What are the keys for this year?
Yeah, we're building on some of the framework that we put down last year with our run game, especially. We have one of our running backs returning this year, and he's going to be a big part of the offense. Obviously, if you're going to have a good back, you have to have a good offensive line, and that's probably where we've been the most excited watching our offensive line in the scrimmage versus Marble. They just move those guys around very well. They're a fun bunch of kids to watch. Our quarterback has had some snaps at quarterback over the last couple of years, but really has been a receiver for us. We're excited about his athleticism in the backfield. And then I talked about our receiving core earlier. Those guys, some of them have done it for a while, and they're returning. And so we know that they have a good understanding of what we're asking from them on the offensive side of it. So offensively, I think we're going to be able to build on some of the things we got established last year and improve on a lot more.
Okay, great. Let's flip it over to defense. Without going into the schemes, of course, or some of the things that you're going to be focusing on this year, how's defense developing? What are you looking at over the long term?
Yeah, the scrimmage versus Marble is always interesting because it's a unique offense that they run. So our goal is to just figure out, are we going to be a physical defensive team? Can we handle some guys running right at us? And, we did a really good job on Friday dealing with some of the things that we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of and the physicality of it. And so we're excited about that. I know when we do some team offense versus our team defense, I know how good our offense is, and our defense is able to play with them very, very well, and it's always competitive. We've done a lot of competitive drills this week, best on best, O versus D, and it's a really balanced matchup between those two groups. So we're really excited about the defense right now.
And often a part that people don't talk about on these types of shows are, what about special teams?
Special teams is going to be a lot of fun this year. Coach McClain is our special teams coordinator. He does a really good job with those guys. We have a kicker that is going to impress a lot. He's got an incredible leg. We've talked about what a weapon he's going to be for us on kickoff. In our punt game, we've tried to run a lot of different things out of our punts over the last couple of years, and we have some athletes, your son being one of them, that can do a lot of really unique things with the ball, and so we're looking to be really flexible in the punt game. Special teams is going to be a lot of fun for us. We really like working on our special teams units.
So, Coach, with the scrimmage that we just got through with, what are some positives that you came away with from that scrimmage with Marble Falls?
Yeah, Marble Falls defensively, they're unique offensively and defensively, so what they do defensively makes it pretty hard to throw the ball down the field. So we were looking to be able to establish a running game against a good defensive front, and I felt like we did that very well. The offensive line did an amazing job, and then it seems like everybody that touched the ball as a running back, even some guys that typically play receiver, did a really good job of reading the run and had some really explosive plays. So the run game was really, really impressive. I thought that our quarterbacks, a couple of guys that haven't done it a whole heck of a lot, did a great job of managing the game and making sure guys were in the right spot and doing the right thing. So offensively, that's where we were. I talked about the physicality of the defense. We thought, in the scrimmage week, you are trying to install the things that you're going to do the majority of the season, and so you don't spend a lot of time necessarily on an offense like Marble Falls. And so for the limited amount of time that we spent working on those guys, they did a really good job. Our secondary did a good job of picking up all of the passes that came out. That's the hardest deal when you play an offense like that. You never expect the pass, and so all of a sudden when one goes up, you start to worry a little bit, and I thought our secondary did a good job of not falling asleep.
So let's move on to Glenn. We have them coming up on Friday, and I've been told, maybe you can confirm, that they have a similar offense that Marble Falls does.
Yeah, it's very similar to Marble Falls. Some of the concepts are very much the same. They do it a little bit differently with how they set their backfield, but a lot of the same plays and a lot of same schemes. So it's good that we scrimmage Marble because that's, Marble's a good football team in what they do, and it gave us an opportunity to really prepare for what we're going to see out of Glenn. So yes, that is confirmed.
And I know that what do you perceive as their strengths right now on their team? Defense, offense, athletes, quickness, size? What do you see in Glenn?
Yeah, they're going to have some athletes on both sides of the ball. I think right now, both offensively and defensively, they run some things that could be problematic. But what I will say is I think we match up well with them. I think what we do offensively is going to be an issue for their secondary. And as we're able to show them some of the spread sets, it's going to open up some pretty decent lanes for Franklin and all of our other running backs to make some big runs. Obviously, just having played Marble Falls, we've had a good look at what the offensive scheme is going to look like. So defensively this week, our kids have been really good about fixing some of the things that they need to fix coming out of the Marble scrimmage, and so it looks a lot cleaner from our end. And like I said, we picked up the physicality piece playing those guys, and so it's a good matchup for us, we feel like.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We definitely are.
We are, Coach. We are excited, to say the least, but it's early. It's a good opportunity to really start to move forward again.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to really start this year off versus Glenn with a win because we feel like that's going to set the tone for the rest of the year.
Well, thanks for coming up and joining us.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys.
So we want to give a big hand to Coach Price for coming up here, speaking with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you this Friday.
Yep.
So if Lisa Ortiz, is she around? Where's Lisa? I know she had some prizes she wanted to get out here. All right, so you want to read anything? Okay. So here's a prize. The number is 844-542. 844-542. Okay, the next one, look at the long list over here. Here we go. 844-557. 844-557.
Winners back there. Oh.
The next one, 844-543. 844-543. The next one, 844-567.
Last one.
And the last one, 844-559.
We'll do more at the end. Thank you.
So we usually pull another coach up here to talk to us, and we have a new coach that I'm familiar with that was at Running Brushy Middle School. So Coach Spencer, come on up, let's join us. Put you right in the hot spot, here at the hot spot. Here we go. So welcome.
Thanks.
Can everybody hear him all right?
Can you hear me?
All right. So Coach Spencer, you're now here, Leander High School. Tell us about the change from Running Brushy. Tell us all about it. How was your summer?
The summer was good. It was just, it all happened kind of fast. Because Coach Rice came and said, hey, you want to teach Abbott? And I said, sure, and bing, bang, boom, here we are. So it was literally like that.
Well, that's great. Now, it's good to see you up here. I know my sons went to Running Brushy Middle School, and I was familiar with you there.
without going into football, how was your summer? Anything special? Did you do anything fun?
No, I mean, just kind of just run-of-the-mill stuff, just hanging out. I play flag football in my spare time, so just playing in tournaments around the state, but other than that, nothing too.
And for those of you out here in the crowd, those of you that are joining on the podcast, tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from? Where'd you go to high school?
So I graduated from Rouse High School in 2012. And they always give me a hard time about it, but and then I went to UMHB up in Belton and played football there. And
what positions you play there?
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I ended up back down here.
And then got into coaching. Was that something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, that was the plan from the jump. I always wanted to be around sports. So, and my mom's a teacher, and so just being in the classroom was a very natural.
Okay, great.
Thing for me.
So you're working with the wide receivers up here on the varsity level?
Yes, sir.
How are they doing? Tell us about it. How do you like it?
It's awesome. It's this senior group. When I got to Running Brushy, they were 8th graders, so I know them. They know me. It's been a real seamless transition for. They know how I expect things to be done and things like that. So every class after them, I've also had through their 3 years at Running Brushy. So it's been really a seamless transition. They know what to expect. I know what to expect of them, and we're just getting after it.
And that's great because you've known them for so long. If a new coach comes in, they may see someone, oh, that kid's tall, or that kid's fast, or that kid's big, but you know them, their personality, and you've been around them long enough to know what kind of football player they are on the field and off the field.
Right, yeah.
Which is, I think, a great asset to have, to know the kid, not only as what they're doing on the field, but in school, and you've been around them for not only just a week or two, but you've known them for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So that must add to just your comfort level with the players.
For sure, it does. I mean, it just makes it easy being able to just like talk to them, just knowing how like I can talk to each kid and how to handle certain things. So
how has it been with you with the practices, with the pandemic, with COVID, with the restrictions? How has that affected you as a coach with your players? Has it at all?
As a person, I'm just very much just go with it. Whatever happens, happens, and you just got to do the best with what you got. You know, whatever the rules are at the time, that's what we're going to roll with. That's what we're going to play by. So we're going to be the best that we can be in that arena, however it is.
Right. What's your favorite drill to do as a wide receiver coach?
I'm a big blocking guy. One of my phrases that I say to my receivers is no block, no rock. So, and everybody wants to catch the football, but I believe if you're not going to block, I'm not going to throw it to you. So, I'm a big fan of any kind of just blocking drill, just watching them get after and get a little nasty, because receivers are typically viewed as divas, which has some truth to it. I mean, when I was in high school and going through college, I can't lie, say that I wasn't a little bit diva-ish. So, but I think that anytime you can see him actually get down there and get nasty is a good thing. One of my big things I tell them is that linemen block for first downs and receivers block for touchdowns. So that usually kind of gets them going.
And I don't know, Martin, if you noticed that, but I saw some good blocks out on the field to open up the holes for the receivers and give them that extra 5 or 10 yards.
I saw the receivers on many occasions try to engage someone downfield when the play was developing, so they're clearly getting the message.
Yeah, when I was told them it doesn't have to be a knockout shot. It just is if you get in their way for a half second and the running back runs by you and we score a touchdown, that's just as good, so.
Well, great. You got any other questions?
It's about the team, right, Coach?
Exactly.
All right, well, Coach Spencer, thanks for coming up and joining us. Appreciate it. Let's give him a big hand. And now I'm going to maybe pull one or two of the kids up. I hope they're here. Haven't had a chance to look out there, so I'll read some names out. Aiden Perry, you out there? Is he here? All right. All right, well, thanks for joining us tonight. Do you think you were going to be on?
No, I did not.
Let's get your mic a little bit closer. So, season's getting ready to start. I know you've been out there on the field before last year. What's the difference this year versus last year?
This year, man, we've been working really hard every day, going to the weight room, coming after school, really putting in that extra work as a team, really bonding as a family, taking the trail that the seniors before us left behind.
Right. And I know, you've been playing receiver before. Now you're a quarterback. So tell us the difference of your preparation and what you have to do. I know it's a big difference. But being a receiver, being a quarterback, how do you approach that in practice?
So I'm usually a run-first type of guy. I always want to run the ball. I want the ball in my hands as much as I can. But during practice, I kind of have to stay in the pocket, work on that, because that's what I probably going to have to do during the games. Been working on a lot of throwing, getting my arm back into the groove of things. Working with my receivers, making sure we have a connection, and I know where they're going to be on the field.
Well, that's great. What'd you do this summer? Did you go anywhere, do anything fun?
This summer, me and the receivers worked out almost every day on the field, and I took a 2-week vacation to the Bahamas, but nice. I made sure that they were still getting after it while I was there.
So, what do you want to do next year after football? Where do you want to go? Have you looked at colleges yet? Have you talked to colleges? Have you decided an area that you want to study?
So I want to get into sports medicine. That's one of my dreams, is to become like an athletic trainer or a personal trainer. I want to stay in the sports field. I can't give up sports. If the opportunity comes with football moving on to college, I will 100% take that. That's my dream. Right now I'm looking at University of Tampa, Corpus, and I got a letter from Puget Sound.
Nice. And I'm sure you'll be getting some more as the season goes on, so that's great. That's great. So congratulations and good luck this season, and thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see number one. Did Lisa have some other?
Lisa, did you have some other any tickets you want to give out?
Are you guys done? This is it? Are you going to do anybody else?
Yeah, I do, but if you want to go
Go
ahead
ahead and do one more.
Okay.
I'll do that at the end.
See him saying big.
Okay, he said Preston Green.
Preston Perrine, where are you? Where are you? Aiden made me call you up here, put you on the hot spot.
Yeah,
nice meeting you. So tell us about yourself. What position do you play?
I'm Rob. What is it? It's new for me being on varsity and everything because I was hurt last year and I missed all of last year, but I'm adapting pretty well to everything and the new plays and everything.
And that'd be more of a linebacker position.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what happened last year.
Last year I was at a camp and I had torn my PCL, or no, my meniscus, and I was out that whole year.
So tell us about rehab. How was that?
Rehab was bad. Like, it sucked. Super bad. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I was in bed rest for like 4 days and everything. And then after that, rehab was like 4 months. And I tried to get back to the season, but it just wasn't going to happen.
But you're out there now and you're excited.
Yeah, it feels great. Everything feels great.
Good. And how are you enjoying your teammates? How are you enjoying the team?
Oh, the team is awesome. What is it? Compared to last year and then the year before that, we have came a long way as a program and as a team. And I'm super proud of everyone and how we're all working together and how when someone's going off track, we always get on each other, but we don't just hop on them in a negative way. We always bring them up. So,
no, that's great. So tell us what's your favorite part about practice?
My hitting.
Hitting?
I love hitting. Yeah. It's got to be my favorite.
What's your favorite drill?
My favorite drill, I don't really have a specific favorite drill, but probably hitting drill. I don't know. Any type of hitting drill, anything like that, anything with physical contact, shedding, block destruction, anything like that. I love the physicality.
So what'd you do this past summer? Go anywhere? Do anything fun?
No, not really. I pretty much stayed home and worked the whole time. I worked out as much as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what do you want to do after football season? You want to play football in college?
Yeah, I want to try to get a scholarship and work on myself athletically and mentally and all that. And I really want to focus on my grades after this season. And I want to go into like business and finance in college.
What kind of schools are you looking at now?
I'm looking to Tarleton. I've been to their camp last year or this past summer. And I did pretty good, but I cramped up. It was like a 4-hour camp, right? And it was super hot. So everyone was cramping up. Everyone's getting injured. Luckily, it happened towards the end. So they've been contacting me. I've been talking to them for a little bit. So I'm going to try to go back out there next summer and see if they, want to do something.
No, that's great. So, any questions?
Yeah, I have one. So what's your favorite class?
Class?
Yeah.
Besides football, or?
Yeah,
No, honestly, besides football, it probably would be PALs. I love PALs. I love going and hanging out with kids. I didn't get to get the full experience last year, but I had a PAL when I was in elementary and all that, and I enjoyed it, and I always wanted to pay that forward and go be a mentor to some little kid. So that's what I want to do.
No, that's great. I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Hey, have a great year this year.
Thank you so much. Alex Franklin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, one more. All right, we have another person we're going to put in the hot spot. Mr. Alex Franklin, come on up. You've been thrown into the gauntlet. Thanks for joining us up here. You doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I can barely hear you. Oh, can you hear? You doing all right?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, good. Saw you at the scrimmage. Been watching you for a couple years. Doing a great job at running back. You excited about this year?
Yes, sir.
What are you excited about? Tell us about it.
I'm excited to go out there and see what we can do. Try to go to playoffs.
Definitely. So, how was your off season? Tell us about that.
I was really just working out a lot, bringing guys to the gym, going to the field.
Did you go anywhere? Do anything fun over the summer?
Not really. Really, just the gym, yeah.
So, what's your favorite part of practice?
Favorite part of practice is probably inside run.
And what tell us about that?
Inside run, it's defenses versus offense, and we simulate the defense we play against that week, and we run our plays.
So tell us about, we know you can run, but tell us about the other aspects, about blocking sometimes as a running back, or going out as a receiver as a running back. You like doing those as well?
Yes, sir. That's fun too, like catching out the backfield and blocking for the quarterback and the other running backs.
That's great.
You looked really good on Friday. Looked like you were getting into it.
Tell us about, who's your favorite teacher right now?
Favorite teacher?
You got a favorite class, favorite teacher in high school?
It cannot be a coach.
Either freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, that one teacher that said, that was a fun class.
Probably Miss Feliciano, Spanish last year, Spanish 4.
Okay. So what are you looking at?
Wow.
What are you looking at after this year in football? Are you looking at any schools? Are you looking at a certain type of degree? What are you looking at when you go to college?
Anywhere I get offers from, or applying to college for a finance degree.
Well, great. Hey, well, good luck this season. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. Appreciate you coming up.
Appreciate it.
Let's give him a big hand. All right, we have some more prizes we're going to hand out. All right, we have number 844541. Anybody? Any winners? And 844-662. And 844-672. And 844-580. Oh, Coach, rig game. It's a rig game. All right, 844-575. 844-561. 844-577. These two. 844-596. 844-570. 844-544. Go find Lisa. She has your prize. Before we end tonight, I definitely want to thank our sponsors that are helping the Leander Lions Football Booster Club. They are our platinum sponsors, Thrive Realty, Real Estate Agency, Modern Shade. They design and install residential and commercial fabric structures. PK Custom Pools, design and build your dream pool. And Quality Moving and Storage, basically a full moving storage company for packing, moving, and unpacking. We also want to thank our gold sponsors, Funk.com, Real Estate Group. So Martin, when you're ready to move, you have Thrive Realty and Funk.com. You can design your own pool at PK Custom Pools. Modern Shade, put up your shade out there by the pool, and Quality Moving and Storage.
They will take care of all.
They will take care of all of your needs. So we want to thank Lisa Ortiz for getting all this together, the Leander Lions Football Booster Club. Martin, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm Mark Sickles. We want to thank the Hot Spot for letting us out here and setting this up tonight. We also want to encourage all you to come out, watch Leander Lion football this year. If you can, join us on the podcast. We'll be there for you each and every week. So thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Let's give the Hot Spot a big hand. Applause. Thank you. Hot Spot, appreciate it. Thank you, coaches.
Thank you, coaches.
Thank you, players. And good luck this year. Go Leander Lions.